we gonna get a handshake between you two?
I don't mind.
A handshake?
I'll shake my in his face.
Do it then and see what happens.
What are you gonna do? Rip it off?
No. Yeah, try. You do it and see what happens.
You want me to shake my in your face?
Yeah, because I'm gonna knock you unconscious. That's what's gonna happen.
You're gonna hit my.
It's probably like I don't know what size.
Alice
Cooper said it was small, so she told me that after.
You're so good at Twitter and so much less entertaining in real life. I'm actually excited for this to end.
I was thoroughly entertained by both of you.
No.
On August 8th of 2023, it was announced that a fight would take place between known crypto scammer Logan Paul and Conor McGregor's puppy, Dillon Danis, on the main Prime Card event at the October 14th Misfits show. On that same day, Dillon Danis posted a picture of Logan Paul's fiance, Nina Agdal, with actor Leonardo DiCaprio on his yacht. On September 6th, reports were shown that Nina filed a lawsuit against Dillon for sharing explicit images of her that were obtained through hacking. With Dillon now facing a $150,000 fine and the fight being potentially put off, how did we get here?
With him. Here's the thing about the fight, right? How do you have so much fucking ammo on this guy? Like, seriously.
I have a lot more.
Every day, I wake up, good morning. It's you on Twitter. Yeah. 50,000 likes on this picture in 2 hours.
Well, they go dated like over 200 guys.
But it's like, where do you find this? Where's your ammo? Who's the op?
Jake and Mike.
They send you the pictures?
Yeah, they send me the pictures, yeah. I told you this. I think I responded to your thing.
Bro, there's literally no way.
Yeah, I swear.
Bro.
Mike doesn't really like him. They don't like him, bro. They're just there for the money. Mike's just
But Jake's his brother.
Yeah, he doesn't like him either. You don't think he does?
They're brothers. I don't know. Like
fake brothers.
Dillon Danis is a mixed martial artist with a background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu who is more known for his antics outside the octagon than in one. I mean, can you honestly name a Dillon Danis fight that you remember last seeing? Can you? No, right? He's somehow one of the most popular MMA fighters without really having much of a record. Logan Paul is a ex-Vine star, Japanese sympathizer, crypto scammer, failed actor, failed rapper, terrible podcast host, the list goes on, and most recently, he's been outed as a team player. The beef between Dillon Danis and Logan Paul did not start out on Twitter or when the fight was announced. Instead, it all actually starts out with Jake Paul.
Wait, what?
Ask Jake Paul about James Charles, or have James Charles on, and then he could actually he signed the NDA. So, but yeah.
NDAs don't mean shit.
So he wants to fucking goddamn say all that shit. Have James Charles on, ask him about Jake Paul, the Team 10 house.
This isn't Dillon's first time getting into Twitter controversy like this either. Because if you can remember, 4 years ago, he was scheduled to be in a fight with Jake Paul, Logan's younger brother, which never really ended up happening. It all stemmed with Dillon tweeting out, "fuck the Pauls," and with Jake Paul retweeting it with, "Savannah did," referencing Dillon's ex-girlfriend who apparently slept with Jake Paul. Dillon responded by saying, "I teabagged your wife." To which Dana responded, "I'm really trying to stay out of this fight shit, but you're dizzy, bro. You waited in line after 5 fans and took a pic. Your girlfriend in my DMs. Leave me out of this." And credit where credit is due, Jake was destroying Dillon on a personal level here, and while Dillon did come up with the response, which only hits if you really take out the context out of the situation, at the time, even now, Jake is extremely hated, so it's not surprising seeing that most people are siding with Dillon on this exchange. One thing to know is that while Dillon did make the first call out, it was Jake here who brought Dillon's girlfriend into the situation. Jake Paul and Dillon had their backs and forths, at one point even Jake pranking him by throwing water balloons and toilet paper at him. By the way, this feud was not short. Starting in September of 2019, they beefed up until November of 2021, where Dillon pulled out of the fight, missing out on at least $1 million payday. 2 years of beefing with each other resulting in nothing happening. That's Dillon's first encounter with the Pauls. Almost 2 years later, now in 2023, Dillon ignited his Twitter fingers once again to start relentlessly attacking Logan Paul's fiance. But first, he went after Jake. On August 1st, he posted a tweet showing that Jake Paul wanted Dillon handicapped for the fight, even presenting a video of it. Later that day, Jake Paul claimed the messages were faked, but surprisingly, Sugar Shane Mosley was not seen by his corner while training. And that's when the fight was announced. To put it in short, in order to sell tickets, Dillon has uploaded a photo of Nina with a different man almost every single day for an entire month. He'd also upload digitally altered photos of Nina with other men such as Brad Pitt, or with himself. He essentially made it his mission to make Logan Paul the face of that one meme. He posted so many pictures of Nina that FouseyTube probably thought he had a chance with her as well and chimed in. To which Dillon rebutted back about Fousey taking advantage of a drunk woman at an airport, which you can learn more about here. He posted so many photos that he even received a cease and desist letter from Logan, which didn't really stop him at all. At some point, Dillon implied that Nina had hooked up with Elon Musk, which resulted in him getting a shadow ban on Twitter. His account was reinstated, but that did not stop him from continuing on with his antics. He even posted a photo of Nina with LeBron, to which Logan said,
"Yes, guys came up to her and wanted to take photos, including LeBron, who fucking came up to her and wanted a photo. Yes."
Dillon was even trying to invite himself onto the Impulsive podcast with full security, to which Logan declined. However, this clip of Logan throwing a prime bottle at Dillon came out a day or two later. Now, some of you may be wondering why Dillon is going after Logan so hard, and I do have my own theories about that. But something that you should know is that this isn't the first time Dillon and Logan were having altercations. Mike Maljak, Logan's favorite yes man, was at a party with Dillon and some of his friends where he said Dillon's friend tried to shoot him. On the other hand, Dillon said there was no gun pulled out and that he settled the altercation. In either story, we know that there was some type of beef going on and that it happened between the two of them. And it left a rocky road between Dillon and Logan. Dillon also reveals that since Jake went after his girlfriend, fabricated stories about him impregnating someone, and attacked his friend's fiance, this made it all fair game. A few things that are not crucial to this story but are fun to note: Dillon accuses Logan of using some form of steroids, to which Logan counters by saying that Dillon has some form of STD. Dillon, being quick with his Twitter fingers, comes back by saying that Nina may be the one with those STDs instead. Some other notable things include getting into a beef with Maxwell Jacob Friedman, better known as MJF on AEW, who Dillon realistically stands no chance with in a promo battle. But it wasn't like Nina had no one supporting her either. Alyssa Violet, Lena the Plug, Corinna Cuff, and Tana Mongeau all showed their support. And Dillon attacked them all. He showed Alyssa Violet cheating on Jake with Logan. He showed Lena the Plug getting, Corinna Cuff with the photo of a Dillon Danis t-shirt, and he showed that picture of Tana getting teabagged by him. On August 22nd, we saw the press conference happen between all the fighters and all the promoters. From KSI's I'm different, I'm the one who can see John Cena.
You're getting knocked out.
I'm different, bro. I'm different.
Jake Paul was different.
I am the one that can see John Cena. I'm different.
Damn. He is different.
That took me a while.
You didn't see that coffee hate in your face, did you, KSI?
So Logan Paul unfriending Gideon after the event.
How am I two-faced? How am I two-faced, Logan? I wasn't the one laughing when Jake was making fun of me. I wasn't the one laughing when Jake was making fun of me.
I make one comment to ask your corny ass to switch seats so I can enjoy my day.
That has nothing to do with it. It's what you did with Jake. That's all it has to do. It's what you did with Jake.
My brother. I defended my brother.
But why won't you defend him with KSI?
Bro, he's my business partner.
Okay, obviously, okay. Hey, I see where your loyalty lies.
You mad two-faced.
No, I'm not two-faced. I'm real when it needs to be real, and you don't deserve to be real too.
Yeah, right, bro. You
don't deserve to be real too.
Ever, bro.
Hey, you got another fight. You got a whole nother fight to worry about.
Yeah, you
I was keeping the jokes. I was keeping the jokes.
Please leave.
You're the one that called me.
Yo, please leave.
Hey.
You're a corny live streamer,
Please.
bro.
Say less.
Please. Corny as fuck. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, say less, Logan. Hey, good luck with your fight, Logan.
A lot happened during that time, but to focus on the Logan-Dillon part, it was quite a spectacle to watch. Dillon comes in first with a very familiar Toy Story hat and proceeds to chuck the bottles of Prime on the desk out towards the crowd. Logan Paul comes in, landing in from his private jet, looking like he stole a bunch of crypto keys from crypto kids in need, and proceeds to pose?
Hey, you know I got props. I see Dillon got props. Hey, bro, that's creative. You come up with that yourself?
Right? Huh?
Was that the surprise that you told me about?
No, I got more. Don't worry.
Oh, that's good, bro.
Why are you wearing sunglasses? You
Oh,
gotta
you
hide those
mad
tears
creative,
back?
bro.
You gotta hide those tears back?
Look at you. You're in your full glory.
Yeah, okay. Hiding those.
After being butthurt about Dillon wearing a hat synonymous to a very specific Japanese moment in history, Logan Paul pulls out a poster that says "Real Fighter," which shows a screenshot of Dillon on the ground getting choked out by a bouncer, who he also brings out on stage as security. Dillon proceeds to throw the legendary hat and miss Logan, which concludes Act 1 of the segment. August 22nd just so happens to be a very special day for someone. Dillon Danis, matter of fact, it's his 30th birthday. Logan Paul brings out a cake of Dillon Danis that is worth $7,000. Mind you, most people spend about an average of $500 on their wedding cakes. He sings Dillon a happy birthday song and then proceeds to entirely fumble his speech by weirdly professing his love to his fiance?
You don't gotta take that shit out on me because my brother hooked up with your ex.
At least I got rid of this slut. You're marrying one.
Dillon. Run your mouth all you want.
75 bodies she's been with, buddy. I still got
you
more.
ain't ever been with any girl as beautiful as my girl.
Yeah, okay.
My lovely
Every single
fiance,
guy
my
in New York has
sweetheart,
been
who I
with her,
love
baby.
so much.
Relax.
My superstar whose apartment costs more than your entire net
Because
worth.
Leonardo DiCaprio paid for
Fucking
it.
broke
What are you
ass
talking about?
bitch. Bro. You've resorted to attacking a woman as your fight tactic? No wonder you're friends with Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
No wonder you're friends with Conor McGregor. Where is he, by the way?
Good.
Where's Coach McGregor, and why won't he take my bet?
He'll be here and he'll smack
Why
the shit out
won't
of both
he take
of
my $1 million bet?
Why won't you pay back to people from Crypto Zoo?
I'm working on it, Dillon. You scammed your audience 20 times. Your ass got checked by community notes. Dillon Danis has scammed his audience on several occasions.
Then why did you answer that? Why did you respond?
Each.
Why did you respond?
You do anything for a couple $1,000s, huh?
Yeah.
Like mother, like son, I guess.
Yeah, same thing with your girl, buddy. Don't worry.
Don't get me started on Nikki, bro.
Yeah, don't let me get started about your dad that used to beat you and Jake. So shut the fuck up.
It's crazy how
you see Jake's
hypercritical you are
you
of
see,
women's past, considering your mother's an actual prostitute.
Yeah, go on there. Just like your dad beat your fucking kid.
Come on, bro.
Your dad didn't beat you?
Yo, you know about Nikki in the hot tub?
You watch Jake's?
You know about Nikki and Tony in the hot tub?
What?
Oh, you don't know?
What, my dad's name is Tony? Good one.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so look.
Don't make me release the picture and then you see what happens.
Conan student Tony. I don't want to go there, Nikki. I don't want to go there.
The Furies are the best fights in the world.
In all seriousness, Logan Paul lost his conference terribly, because although Dillon does look like this and backs out of fights often, there isn't really much after that. Logan, however, he has a ton of skeletons in his closet, and Dillon was not afraid to take them out during the conference. The actual brawl that took place during the event didn't even start with any of the actual boxers participating. Instead, it was John Fury who got up, smacked things off a table, and then flipped it. That's when Dillon proceeded to grab a chair and be immediately stopped by security, and to end off this whole mess, Logan Paul throws the head of Dillon right at Dillon's head. To end off this conference, Dillon gets thrown out and goes home to two lovely ladies, who would eventually go on to expose Dillon. They claim that Dillon thought Logan sent those two girls to him, and he kept thinking about Logan and Nina all night long, and that he likes being fingered in the bum. To corroborate the story, the tweets do line up with what they're saying, as Dillon did tweet about how he couldn't sleep thinking about Logan and Nina all night long. He couldn't stop thinking about having his perfect stare-down opportunity to, kiss Logan Paul. He makes fun of him for not being able to diss back properly. I mean, to be real, Dillon Donuts is not a real comeback when this man is actively posting nudes of your soon-to-be wife on social media. This is also the same guy who wishes to be Logan's best man at the wedding if he wins the matchup. What some of y'all may forget is that KSI, the man who can see John Cena, was also scheduled to fight Dillon Donuts earlier this year. Last November, Dillon slapped Knowledge at the Misfits weigh-in, resulting in a beef where Dillon didn't show up to the press conference, was underprepared, didn't have a coach, and eventually had to pull out of the ring. This has not stopped him from calling KSI out on Twitter. However, I gotta say, associating yourself with Logan Paul right now may not be in your favor. He's doing the same tactics on Jake Paul as well. Two people that he ducked in a fight, he's going back to on Twitter and making the rounds again. Kinda speaks to you about the person Dillon really is. But that's not to say he's entirely wrong. When he talks about Logan Paul's real friends leaving him, about his relationship with Jake Paul, about the Crypto Zoo scheme, the Japanese forest, Muslim tweet, he isn't really wrong to point it out. He points out how weird Greg Paul is, and I mean how really weird Greg Paul is, and how clout hungry they made their mom become. Dillon isn't wrong, but he also isn't right. Dillon is a very reactionary person, someone who tries to come up with any sort of comeback so that his fans don't think of him as any less. A perfect example would be Dillon going after someone like Brooke Schofield, who exposed Dillon DMing her, so now he quote retweets her any chance he gets. Dillon started threatening Logan with nuclear photos of his fiance, even sharing it with Andrew Tate and Aiden Ross to get their opinions on whether or not it would be marriage threatening. Some people speculated that it would be some sort of sex tape, and a lot of people ran with that rumor as the timeline flooded with an apparent video of Nina giving head to a stranger that wasn't Logan Paul. It was later debunked that it was a random OnlyFans star, but it does show how trending this topic really became. He posted so many revealing photos of Nina that Logan had to make a report on Dillon for targeted harassment. Now here is something that most people kind of just brush away. On August 31st, Dillon had his first baby boy that was brought to the world, and it was much of a shock to the people who just tuned in to see his fight. This man just had a baby, and his first thought is to talk about how he's going to son Logan. I understand trying to promote this fight, but couldn't he take off one day to, be with his son? The second photo he's ever posted online of his son is this. This is the second one. And that is when it all came crashing down for Dillon. On September 4th, he was hit with a lawsuit by Nina, and on September 6th, he revealed that case to the public. He was being sued for posting explicit photos of Nina, and before all you nerds are like, you could easily find this on Google with a bit of researching, some of these photos were from a past Snapchat hack, which by law means that Dillon was posting a form of revenge porn on Nina, and that is grounds for a federal case. Dillon claims that he might be going to jail, but he got community noted, and it was revealed that Nina is only asking for $150,000 in this federal case. Now, what do you think is the first thing he is worried about? A, hey, I have a child that was just born not even like a week ago. Maybe I should worry about him. B, I must fight this Logan Paul guy because I harassed his wife and now he's trying to sue me for $150,000. C, post more videos of Nina to self-incriminate yourself even more. If you picked all three answers, you'd be incorrect, because I think Dillon genuinely forgot he has a child, and so did the rest of the community. For a 30-year-old, he's on Instagram and Twitter more than the average person, and definitely way more than a recent father should be. And as for Logan, for someone whose fiance is publicly getting bashed on a daily basis now, what does he do? Well, besides robotically professing his love for Nina at the press conference, he's done almost nothing. All he's done is promote Prime during this time and send cease and desist letters to Dillon. He's done almost nothing to defend his future wife, besides suing Dillon. And you kind of have to wonder if he thinks this is all worth it. If your future wife was being outed as a Hollywood Eskimo hub, how would you feel? Not to mention, it really starts to dig deep once Dillon started unveiling these old clips of Nina.
I don't really think penises are that pretty, so I prefer you to hide it inside casually.
Are there any foods that make either of you gag?
My gag reflex is pretty strong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say, it'll take a lot.
Okay.
Wait, you went further.
Okay. We're talking about food. I don't even know where we're at right now.
Talking about?
This category right here.
And then obviously you have a couple of things in your past that I did not know you personally. It definitely, I wasn't sure I wanted to be associated with that. And now you're my fiance.
You not having sex with me for the duration of time that you did was very important.
You thought something was wrong with me.
I'll be honest, I thought I did.
You talked to Mike about it.
I said this girl's perfect as far as I can tell. There's one unexplored venture, and I have reason to believe that there's probably something wrong with it, because if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
You can't help but feel bad for Logan in this situation. His fiance doesn't even sound like she likes him. But I still don't feel bad. Now with Logan's reputation going down in the gutter, he took a shot in the dark and posted this video of Dillon tensing up during a sit-down conversation between the two of them.
You sent me so many messages.
Then why am I? I had two knee surgeries.
It sounds like you have Conor McGregor's nutsack in your mouth.
This guy has retweet.
Watch
just little tweets.
Like, that's what I'm saying right there. Like, watching you stumble your way through these sentences is painful.
That's fine. Yeah, great. I think you just wanted to. Yeah, whatever.
Exhibit A.
I got better. I said I got.
Yo!
I said sue
Get
me.
this man a glass of water.
Twitter fingers can only put you so far. Dillon is most likely a little scared of Logan, as he was with every other fighter he ducked for the past 4 years. Lots of Logan fans rejoiced. Oh hey look, Dillon stuttered. I guess that's grounds for Logan winning. Yeah, they all thought. But then Logan equally ruined his chances of taking any advantage of the situation by posting some corporately made AI video that feels like it's already been fucking dated.
Like, this guy has retweet.
Watch
just little. I think you just wanted to. Yeah, whatever.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Then why am I? I got better. I said I got.
Today, Junior! Get this man a glass of water.
And then soon after, a clip resurfaces where Dillon absolutely shreds Logan in that same video.
Hey, Brody.
Bro,
my
you're just making
fiance's had boyfriends before me.
I was bro coding it. I'm trying to help him actually. Because they're gonna be divorced in a year or two, so I'm trying to help
Hey,
you.
yeah, you sit
signed
on
a
Twitter.
Are you signed a prenup?
Prenup?
Yeah, prenup. Don't worry.
Bro, you're a fucking moron.
Okay, great, bro.
You sit on Twitter.
You sit on.
And you slut shame my fiance for doing what?
Slut shame.
Getting
I love
pictures,
sluts, bro. Don't worry. I'm supporting it.
Yeah, I know. That's why you love your mother, huh?
Now after missing the filing date for the case, Dillon is looking at some potential jail time or even an increase in the fine that he has to pay. He says he doesn't mind so long as the money goes to the victims of the CryptoZoo scam, which sounds like copium to an extent. And now you're up to date. As for the fight, well, it might still happen. And we know this because they've both been training. Why? How do we know that? We know that because Logan fucking sent a spy goon to Dillon's training camp. Who's gonna win the fight? I don't know, but what I do know is that I have a theory, a game theory, that I've conjured up myself. Dillon is doing all this because he thinks he's in love with Logan's wife, Nina Agdal, Think about it, okay? Dillon only really goes after quote-unquote sluts, and Nina, not accusing her of anything, may be the ruler of that dominion. What if, hear me out, what if Dillon is doing all this because he thinks Nina might be the one quote-unquote slut that he needs? Look at him, he's a little ugly, you can't deny that. He needs this more than Logan, and by God, I think he's prepared to risk it all this October 14th at the Misfits event.
If I do want to tackle
I
it,
don't think he's a good Twitter troll because he's never. You have a very large weak spot that he's exploiting, but when he tweets about anything other than Nita, it doesn't. No one cares.
yeah,
It
but
doesn't get good engagement.
didn't he get like famous for tweeting? Isn't
He's
that his
definitely.
thing?
Let's give him some.
But he was dead until you resurrected his career, and like he's like makes jokes, but it's largely in part that he's exploiting Nina. And there's so many hurt males out there who can't get girls, and they're the ones who are like, yeah, like fuck girls, fuck women. I'm gonna do. I love what Dillon's doing here, and they know that they won't ever get a hot girl. And our society and culture and young men are hurting and are so hurt, and they're addicted to porn, and they have no way to interact with girls, and they text them, and they're getting rejected, and then boom, boom, it's this never-ending cycle. And now they're finding a way out to unleash their hate through this super hateful, insecure male who is clearly a very hurt person.
So that is it for the Dillon Danis Logan Paul build-up. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, comment what you think about the situation, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on quality content like this. Well, that's all, folks. Peace.